Okay, beginning with the module 4, engineer's responsibility for safety. Contents include safety and risk, assessment of safety and risk benefit analysis, reducing risk, government's regulators' approach to risk, Chernobyl's case studies, and Bhopal case study. Now, safety and risk. Safety is freedom from risk, and risk is possibility of suffering from loss. For example, we have heard that smokers are more common to get cancer, but that does not mean that non smokers don't develop cancer. The most important duty of engineer is to ensure the safety of people who use the product designed by him, whether it be a building or an automobile or an electronic device. In every code of ethics of professional engineering societies, utmost importance is given to public safety. So, when we are designing an object, we cannot assure that it will be 100% safe. But of course, we can make it as safe as possible. Thus, safety should be an integral part of any engineering design. Now, safety is also discussed as a relative term. That is, people generally have a perception that car is safer than bike. Here, safety was defined as the risk that is known and judged as acceptable. Risk is potential that something unwanted or harmful may occur. So, the safety standards vary from person to person. Sir Lawrence defined safety as a thing is safe if its risks are judged to be acceptable. But the drawback of Lawrence's definition is underestimation of risk. The risk may be underestimated, or the risk may be overestimated, or it may not be estimated at all. So, a modified definition for safety is suggested as a thing is safe if, where its risks fully known, those risks would be judged acceptable by reasonable persons in light of their settled value principles. Now, what is the engineer's role in safety? Safety of people, property, and environment is to be ensured by an engineer by ensuring that the design is safe. Now, the criteria to ensure a safe design consists of the following steps. That is, a design should comply with legal standards for product safety and other applicable laws, should meet standard of accepted engineering practice, alternative designs that are potentially safer should be explored, all possible misuses to be identified and avoided, and product to be tested using prototypes. Now, how do we design for safety? Designing for safety is the steps are same like the step for designs. That is, first we have to define a problem. Here the problem will be considering safety. The problem statement will include safety portion with it. Then generate multiple solutions to solve the problem. Analyze each design and then test the solution and select the best solution. And we have to implement the best chosen solution. Now, how do we test for safety? Testing for safety can be done in 4 ways. First one is the functioning test. That is, whichever product we are designing, it will be tested for its functioning. That is, what are the functions to be performed by a particular design? What are the expectations of the consumer? Are these functions working properly? These will be the testing criteria. Then we can do destructive testing. Destructive testing, in destructive testing it's too expensive. That is, we will be testing it till the component fails, but it's more realistic and useful. Then the third type of testing is prototype testing, where we scale a model. A similar model will be placed and all the tests will be carried out, and dimensional analysis can also be done. And the fourth type of testing is simulation testing. that is used with the help of a computer. We simulate the particular conditions and circumstances and check the response of the design to the circumstances. Now, what are the factors influencing the perception of risk? Risk perception is the subjective judgment that people make about characteristics and severity of risk. That is, the probability of risk, consequence of risk, and voluntariness, whether the person is willingly taking the risk or is he compelled to take it. Then magnitude, the people or area involved in the risk, proximity, method of information dissemination on risk, and job related, whether it is under compulsion or choice.